September 11, 2001. A horrifying day that shook America to the core. A day that perhaps changed the world forever. It was the morning of September 11th. American Airlines Flight 11 takes off from Boston's International Airport. The destination of this flight was Los Angeles. Around 92 people were aboard this airplane, of whom 11 were crew members, and 81 were passengers. About 15 minutes after the flight took off, it comes to be known that, of the 81 passengers, 5 were hijackers. These hijackers hijacked the plane by overpowering the passengers, forcing their way into the cockpit. One of them was Mohammed Atta. He was trained as a pilot. By nationality, he was an Egyptian and was 33 years old. He takes away the control of the plane from the pilots and flies the plane straight towards the World Trade Center. The World Trade Center was a monumental historic building in America. It was the pride of New York. The hijackers crashed the plane into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. This crash took place in the morning at 8:46 a.m. Staff informed of this crash to the President of USA George Bush, but Bush couldn't believe it. He says that it's unbelievable that anyone could even do that. Only 17 minutes later, it comes to be known the United Airlines Flight 175 had also been hijacked by 5 hijackers. Once again, the hijackers overpowered the pilots and take away the control of the plane. Because only 17 minutes after the first crash, these hijackers once again turned towards the World Trade Center and crashed the plane into the South Tower. The second crash into the second tower. Then staff informed the President George Bush America is under attack. A few minutes after the second plane crash, the news of 2 more planes being hijacked comes in. One was the American Airlines Flight 77. It had taken off from Washington's International Airport. This flight was headed to Los Angeles, and it was also carrying 5 hijackers. The second flight was United Airlines Flight 93. The flight going from New Jersey to California, it had 4 hijackers. Both flights were rerouted to Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States of America. On the outskirts of Washington, D.C. is the headquarters of the U.S. Department of Defense. It is called the Pentagon. Hijackers turned Flight 77 towards this, and Flight 77 was crashed into the Pentagon building. At this point in time, after the third crash, the entire airspace of the United States was shut down. All the airplanes in the air were ordered to land at their nearest airport. The third crash into the Pentagon building took place at 9:37 a.m. Because of this, a significant portion of the Pentagon gets destroyed. At 9:59 a.m., due to the plane crash into the South Tower, the whole building had caught on fire. And at this time, the entire building collapsed. The South Tower fell. During this time, everyone was scared of the 4th hijacked plane, United Airlines Flight 93, the 4th plane to have been hijacked. People were scared about where the hijackers would crash the plane. It was suspected that the plane would be crashed into the White House. The White House is a very important place for the United States, because this is the residence of the U.S. President. The U.S. President lives there. The next part of the story isn't clear about what exactly happened in the plane, but we know that the passengers tried to fight back. And eventually, the plane crash landed in a field, in an empty field. One thing is certain: because of the bravery of the passengers, the lives of many people were saved. At 10:28 a.m., the North Tower of the World Trade Center collapsed as well. By the time this horrific morning turned into noon for America, it is revealed that a total of more than 3,000 people had died across the incidents, and more than 6,000 people were injured. Several were killed in the Pentagon, several in the World Trade Center, and several people that were present in the planes. Behind this attacks, it's suspected that Usama bin Laden and the terrorist group Al-Qaeda were behind this attack. But a few days after this 9/11 attack, Usama bin Laden releases a statement saying that he is not responsible for it. He denies any responsibility. But in the 2004 U.S. elections about 3 years after this incident, he acknowledges the attack and takes responsibility for it. Osama lists down several reasons saying that was why they attacked America. The interference of the U.S. in the Middle East. The U.S. supporting Israel. Supporting the actions against the Muslims in Lebanon. Supporting Russia in crimes against Muslims in Chechnya. U.S. sending its troops to Saudi Arabia. On the other hand, Usama bin Laden is finally killed in May 2011. Osama had said that he was taking revenge against what the USA had done by killing several innocent people. And once Osama had done that, the USA said that it is taking revenge against what Osama had done by invading Afghanistan and Iraq, killing many innocent people there. And the families of the people that are killed feel that because the USA had done that to them, they would take revenge by joining a terrorist group. So this story of a revenge for revenge. This story will continue forever. It has no end. I hope you found this video to be informative. Thanks for watching.